So today we're going to be looking at this beautiful lit display cabinet. Now if you've got an office or a home and you want to put in a really nice lit display cabinet to show off some of your collectibles, this is a great option. Now this display cabinet is available in white, black or grey, and it's a really good size. Let's just quickly measure it. It's coming in overall dimensions of 80 wide, 35 deep and 165 centimetres high, so it's easy to fit in a medium-sized room. Now each of these actual display cabinets themselves, there's actually 4 shelves. They're coming in at 40 by 75 centimetres with a depth of 33 centimetres. So each shelf is a really good size, so you can get some good sized display pieces in here. Now as you can see, we do a lot of IT reviews over in this office, so we've put a load of our IT cases and boxes that we usually have on display in our studio, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Now with regard to the lighting, you either get a choice of bright white, warm white, or this lovely blue colour. The lights are adjustable in brightness, so you can actually increase or decrease the brightness depending on the ambience of your room. And a lovely feature of this case is it also has an auto sensor that as you walk towards this display cabinet, it automatically lights up, and then when you move away from the cabinet, after 30 seconds, the lights dim off again, which is really nice if you don't want to have it on all the time. Now all the actual lighting is controlled from this little panel at the side, and it's very easy with just a press of a button to change the colour of the lights. So as you can see, we've got the warm white, off, blue, and just the standard cool light. By holding that button down, you can adjust the brightness. So if I hold it down, it goes low, and if I hold it down again, we increase the brightness high, and then you can stop at whatever brightness level you wish for your display cabinet. Now I'm just putting it on the blue and on the maximum brightness because I think that looks really good with our IT equipment in here. Now again, the other button on this sensor on the side is the auto sensor, and a single press will turn that auto sensor on. So now when I walk towards that cabinet, it will automatically turn those lights on for me, which is a really lovely feature. Now if you do make any adjustments to the lighting, it automatically turns that auto sensor off, so you do need to enable it once you've made your adjustings to the lighting that suits your actual home. Now with regards to the actual glass itself, they've actually used, they call it explosive proof glass. Basically, the glass will not shatter and leave shards everywhere, which is really nice, and certainly a safety feature if it's in your home, especially if you've got children. Now these actual glass panels, there's 4 in total. It's just a lovely magnetic switch on the top, which pops the cabinet open, so it's very easy to get inside to place your display pieces inside this cabinet. Now it also does lock them in really nice with magnets, so they're not going to just pop open on their own, and it sits in very nicely once you've actually closed them and locked them closed. Now as I mentioned, there's 4 glass panels in the front. You can also see through the side of each side of this display cabinet, but obviously the focal piece is the front of the cabinet, but it's nice that it is obviously see-through at the side. So you've obviously got a great look no matter where you're looking at this display case. Now with regards to the materials, obviously we've got the explosive proof glass on the front. All the actual MDF that they've used in the display case is very chunky, so you can obviously put decent sized pieces inside each of these shelves. And with regards to the packing and build quality, it was absolutely fantastic. This unit came shipped in one large box, well packed with lots of polystyrene, so there's no chance of the glass being broken. And lastly, with regards to actually building this device, it was incredibly easy. If you're used to building any kind of IKEA furniture, this was very straightforward, and I had this built in less than an hour. Now you need to build the frame first, and it's pretty much done in 2 sections. You get the lower half and then the upper half. Once you've built the lower half and then built the upper half and placed it on top, it's just a case of locking it together with just your quick lock nuts, screwing in the magnetic plates at both of these units, and then arranging the cables at the back of the case, because obviously these are all cable managed at the back, so you're not going to see any of the wiring once this is up against your wall. Once you've built the entire frame, locked it all together, it's just then a case of inserting the glass doors, which is very easy, but you do need to make sure you take a bit of time getting it right because you want to get a nice gap all the way around so it looks uniform. Then once it's in place in your wall, they've also given you locking mechanisms so you can screw it and lock it to the wall so that this is nice and safe, as I say, especially if you do have children that are charging around your house. So as you can see, this is an absolutely beautiful display piece of furniture for your home or office. For us, this looks fantastic with some of our IT gear here, especially in this black, which suits well in with this office. I think this looks fantastic. Really impressed with the build quality. It does look really good and feels solid. I haven't even actually locked this to the wall or anything. It's just in the middle of the room on a rug and it still feels solid. So overall, a fantastic bit of kit.